Welcome back. Another part, another episode. It's damn cold today. Yes, very cold. Don't know if you can see. I've hurt my eye. Not too sure how I did that. I guess I was doing the hoovering in the house or something like that. I kept telling the wife that it's dangerous, or maybe she hit me and I just don't want to say anything. But anyway, pretty sure she thinks I did it in the garage. I don't understand how I could have done. I wear protective goggles all the time, as you guys know. But I should try and wear them even more now. But anyway, so I'm going to try and do something that's not harmful to my eyes. We're going to try and strip the front subframe down, because that's the next thing we're going to need to help us line the front end up. You're always in this conundrum now. I can't tell, I don't know if this subframe's straight or not. It obviously had a front end at some point, because obviously you put a fiberglass front end on it. Was this the original subframe? Is it bent? Obviously, money no object. You would just buy yourself a brand new heritage subframe, and then you know everything's right. But all we can do is have a look at it, see if it don't look too bad, see if there's any major bends in places that we shouldn't be. I can't remember. I'm pretty sure that front panel's not supposed to be bent like that. I think what happens is a lot of people jack them up on the front there, and they always bend. So I've definitely seen some rust in here. So in this subframe, so it's going to need repairing. Hopefully, it's not going to turn into a nightmare like we had on the old Jet Black. But we shall see. So yeah, the Mark 1 subframes are slightly different. The rear mounts are solid, they go straight to the floor, where obviously the later ones have like the rubber mounts in between. I'm sure there's some more differences, but I don't know what they are. But anyway, what we need to do is get this stripped down, because the sandblaster will come along at some point and give it a good old blast, and then so I've dug out my ball joint splitter. Mustn't let the wife ever find that, otherwise things will get painful. So yeah, we'll split the ball joints, get the hubs off, drive shafts out, and see how we go and see how much we can get stripped off before we freeze our nuts off. Kaboom! Okay, nearly there. Just top arms really to do in the brake pipes. So hubs came off, lower arms and tie bars have come off. What is one of the noticing differences on the lower arm, there's a pin that goes through and it's got a little flat on it, and that sort of locks into the subframe on later subframes. I'm pretty sure the hole isn't round, basically. They've got the flat edge built into the subframe. Well, on these early subframes, they've actually got a little bit of flat metal spot welded to the actual hole to make it the right shape to stop that bit spinning. So I guess in the process, well, I don't know, they could only make a circle hole in there, or that was a quick aftermarket fix because they had problems. But anyway, so I don't know if that means that the pins are any different on the later ones or not, so we'll have to just check that out. So yeah, just having a bit of a look at the subframe here, seeing what the state of it is. Hazel, my lovely. the top arm, isn't it? Where there's washers in. Yeah, so that's. Yeah, looks like this. Ooh, a little bit different. So yeah, it looks like we've got a bit of rust on the other side. Holes being drilled in the subframe here for all sorts of flip front mounts. I think what we're going to have to do is just get the thing shot blasted and then see what we're actually left with. I know I was going to say get this thing shot blasted. Well, the guy's going to come here and shot blast everything with this wet, dustless shot blasting. But he has offered if I just drop some of this stuff off, he'd do it. I've got the Pour 15 stuff. It's on my desk at work waiting for us to review it and try it. So that's what I want to paint these subframes in, Pour 15. But anyway, all right. Keep cleaning, keep taking bits off. Oh, my back. I must really sort out a bench one day to do this stuff on. Oh, back breaking, just bending over all the time. Nice load of sludge on top of the trumpet there. So that'd be lovely. Big build up of rust where it's been sitting in the field. Top arm, something, I know there was sort of invoices for front hub rebuilds and stuff that you never know, do you? You know, just because there's a receipt doesn't mean it actually got done. But yeah, looking inside there, the top knuckle joint, brand new cup in there. That's not done at any miles at all, and it feels like the bearings are good and they all look free. So might be able to reuse a lot of this. Yeah, you know, we'll just give it a good clean up, shot blast it, and away we go. So I'm a bit knackered. I'm going to go sit inside. Hopefully that's not the end of the video. We might do a little bit more. If not, that's it for tonight. I'm thinking of pulled pork for tea, with wedges. I don't know what other people are having. Let us know. But yeah, so yeah, getting there. And I nearly damaged my eye when the socket flew off the end of the air gun. That was quite fun. I would have well impressed the wife that I'd have done that. So anyway, all getting there. Looking good, looking good. And till next time, see you later.